we can see another effect with the same system, right, which is also related to what we observed earlier. And so for this, now what we are going to do is we are not going to change the mass distribution, right? And we know that if we have this nicely balanced system, and if we give the wheel a spin, then actually nothing happens to the system. It maintains that position, right? Okay. Now what I have is in the same system on this angular scale, I also have a way of actually making it rotate about the pivot point, the entire rod. And if I can just show you, I can just press here and I can actually rotate this one, right? Okay, and of course it depends on the rotational speed will depend on the force that I'm going to apply here. So if I want to rotate it faster, I just go a bit more intensely. Okay. Now let us try to see what happens uh, when I do the same thing while the wheel is spinning. Just give it. Spinning. Get back to the same initial conditions, right? So if I leave it like this, we know that it's going to remain like this. Now let me try to move this. Right? So what I'm doing is I'm actually trying to push this towards the camera, right, and see what happens. I leave the push and let's do this again. So again, just to repeat the same thing, when the wheel is not spinning, I have aligned it in certain direction, right? I move it. I want to rotate the rod about the pivot point. I have a way of doing that. So I can push it here and rotate it. And actually when you will be doing this, you can test for yourself that since the bearing is rather good, you don't actually need any large amount of force to rotate it. However, when this is spinning, and now balance. So now this is a spinning system. I try to do the same thing by pushing it. However, and at this point of time, you have to take my word that I'm actually trying to push it by the same kind of force that I was trying to apply. However, what we see is, well, there is some rotation, but other than that, there is also another interesting effect which was not there. I leave it at this point and it remains, well, like that with some additional effect, which if you observe, try to think why that should happen. Okay. Last part of this demo. So what we can do is we can uh, now give it a spin in the other direction and force in the same direction and try to see what happens. That I leave up to you to right now give an answer for that from your understanding, right? And then when you are back here, or if you can actually make this kind of setup, try to figure it out for yourself, right? Right now what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to give this spin in the same direction like this, balance the system. I'm going to leave it in that location. And now I'm going to push it towards me. So I'm going to give the force in the other direction and let us see what happens. So I'm trying to rotate it towards me and then I'm leaving it right there. Okay, so I will leave you with a small toy fidget, right, which I think many of you may have used, right. Uh, an interesting thing about this is it does let us understand these concepts in a fun way, right? And what I want to leave you with, if you have this at hand, or next time when you go to market, you can just, for fun, if you're interested, you can buy it. Give it a spin. Let's just get this out of our way. Give it a spin, right? And then try to change direction of the fidget. So in the sense that if it's going like there, try to move it around, try to go up and down and see what is the effect of that. Right? So it's not very heavy. I have this. If it's not spinning, I move it around whichever way I want. It's like probably about 20 grams or something, or maybe 50 grams. Right? I give it a spin and then I try to move it around. Of course, I can move it around. That's not the issue. The point is that if you do this, what you observe.